Most people think being rich is about how fat your paycheck is. But here's the truth. Income alone doesn't make someone wealthy. It's how they think about money that draws the line between rich and poor. Two people could earn the exact same salary, and one ends up broke while the other builds a fortune. Why? Because their money mindset is wired differently. Wealth begins in the mind, long before it shows up in the bank account. Someone with a poor or scarcity mindset believes money is always running out. They're constantly worried about bills, stuck in a loop of fear and survival. On the flip side, a person with a wealth mindset sees money as a tool, a way to create, grow, and expand. It's not about having more, it's about thinking differently. That's where financial psychology steps in. It's the inner programming, the money beliefs most people never stop to question, that truly defines where someone lands financially. Let's take two real-world examples. Mike and James both earn $5,000 a month. Mike saves nothing, splurges on shiny gadgets, and lives paycheck to paycheck. James lives modestly, invests in index funds like VOO and QQQ, reads Rich Dad Poor Dad, and starts reprogramming his mind for wealth. Fast forward 5 years, James is on the path to financial freedom, while Mike's still stuck. See the difference? It's not the income, it's the internal game. And that internal game is shaped by something most people overlook. Two people can look at the exact same financial situation and walk away with completely different takeaways. One sees a dead end, the other sees an opening. That's not luck, it's perspective. Your perspective is the lens that filters your entire money mindset. It decides whether you see problems or possibilities, and it's often shaped by your subconscious money blocks you didn't even know were there. Picture this. You're at an intersection, watching a car crash happen. Someone views it from above, another from behind a window, and someone else from the street. They all witnessed the same thing, but each saw something different. That's exactly how people interpret financial setbacks. Some call it failure and spiral into fear. Others call it feedback and pivot toward a smarter move. Let's say someone gets laid off. A poor or middle-class mindset sees disaster, panic, and survival mode. But a wealth mindset sees it as the universe pushing them towards something better. Maybe freelancing, launching that online store, or finally investing time in skills like copywriting or coding. It's all about how your financial psychology frames the event. And once your frame shifts, your reality does too. Which brings us to the types of people we all end up becoming, often without realizing it. Every person falls into one of 4 financial archetypes, even if they don't know it. First, there's Hodge, have a job. Hodge trades time for money and thinks a steady paycheck is the safest bet. Sounds familiar, right? But this mindset often keeps people locked into a system where they work harder, just to stay in the same place. The money mindset here is survival-based, not growth-oriented. Then there's O, the owner of a job. This person starts a business but still ends up working 70 hours a week just to keep the lights on. They own the job, but the job owns them. Think of a restaurant owner who's always in the kitchen or a freelancer juggling clients without rest. It's a shift, but not quite financial freedom. They still haven't reprogrammed their mind for wealth. They've just changed scenery. Now O and Sam? That's where it gets interesting. O creates systems, think e-commerce stores, affiliate marketing, rental properties. The goal? Build something once that pays you over and over. And Sam takes it further. He sows money to grow more money. Stocks, real estate, private equity, his money has a job even when he doesn't. These two archetypes reflect a true financial freedom mindset. But here's the kicker. Most people stay stuck as Hodge or O, and they never even realize there's another way. You've probably heard it 100 times. Time is money, but that's one of the biggest lies the rich never buy into. Time isn't money, it's way more valuable. You can lose money and get it back. But time, once it's gone, it's gone. The rich don't just manage time, they leverage it. Think about it like this. Someone with a poor money mindset trades hours for dollars, clinging to that old school belief. They hustle, grind, and wear busy like a badge of honor. But the wealthy, they ask, how can I make money without showing up every day? That's the wealth mindset in action, letting money work while you rest. Time becomes their most protected asset, not something they exchange cheaply. Take Warren Buffett, for example. He doesn't spend his days buried in tasks. He reads for hours and thinks deeply. Why? Because he understands that thinking time builds better decisions, and better decisions build wealth. This is how you reprogram your mind for wealth, by valuing your time like a billionaire does. But if you still believe the time for money trade is the only game in town, you'll likely fall into one of three common traps. The way someone thinks about a single dollar says everything about their financial future. Let's break it down. The poor mindset sees money as a lifeline, just enough to cover bills, maybe a few treats if there's anything left. They spend to survive, not to grow. And beneath that behavior is a deep-rooted scarcity versus abundance mindset issue they've never questioned. Then comes the middle-class mindset. These folks think they're playing it safe, but they're trapped in a different kind of illusion. Their focus is on credit scores and buying things they can't afford just to look like they've made it. They often chase status, new cars, bigger homes, luxury brands, without realizing they're trading future wealth for temporary validation. Their financial psychology is built around comfort, not freedom. Now the rich mindset? It's a whole different beast. Every dollar is a soldier, it has a mission. They don't just spend. They deploy money with intention, aiming for ROI. They invest in assets, not liabilities. And whether it's putting money into tech ETFs, rental properties, or buying undervalued businesses, they operate with the long game in mind. But what really separates them is how they see money. Not as something to use, but something to multiply, and that leads us into one of the most overlooked shifts. Here's something wild. Most people would rather take a guarantee of a small paycheck than risk building massive wealth. Sounds safe, right? But safety can be a trap. The poor and middle-class mindset crave certainty. They want fixed salaries, stable benefits, predictable outcomes. But that craving kills growth. True wealth? It lives in the unknown, where guarantees don't exist, but opportunities do. Rich people play a different game entirely. They don't ask, "Is this a sure thing?" They ask, "What's the upside?" They'd rather take calculated risks with asymmetric rewards. Whether it's backing a startup, flipping real estate, or investing in early-stage companies like SpaceX or Palantir, they know no risk, no reward. It's a financial freedom mindset that sees failure not as loss, but as tuition. Think about someone stuck in a 9-to-5, offered a shot at launching their own digital product. Most say, "What if it doesn't work?" The wealthy say, "What if it does?" That tiny shift, opportunity over guarantee, is what separates those who stay stuck from those who break through. And once someone gets it, they start playing the money game differently, especially when it comes to how they let their money grow. Here's a concept the wealthy live by: never spend the mama money. They protect their principal like a sacred vault. Instead, they live off the baby money, the interest, the dividends, the returns. It's how they keep their wealth not only intact but growing. This is more than a habit, it's a full-on financial belief system, deeply rooted in a money mindset most people never learn. Picture your money like a tree. The poor and middle class keep chopping down the tree every time they need something, new car, vacation, whatever. But the rich? They harvest the fruit and let the tree keep growing. Whether it's through dividend-paying stocks like Johnson & Johnson or real estate rentals generating monthly cash flow, they understand the compound effect. They've reprogrammed their mind for wealth by seeing money as fertile, not finite. This is the rich versus poor mindset in full display. Poor mindset asks, "How much can I spend?" Rich mindset asks, "How much can I grow?" And that question changes everything. It's what fuels the systems, the investments, the long-term vision. Because once your money starts having babies, you don't chase freedom anymore. You create it. Now that you've seen how the rich think about money, the question is, what are you going to do with that knowledge? Will you keep trading time for money, chasing guarantees, and hoping things magically change? Or will you start thinking like someone who builds wealth intentionally, one belief shift at a time? Remember, it's not about how much you earn. It's about how you see money, how you use it, and how you let it grow. Financial freedom doesn't come to those who wait. It comes to those who reprogram their minds to receive it. So here's the challenge. Which mindset are you going to feed? The one that keeps you stuck, or the one that sets you free? Drop a comment below and tell me, what part of this hit you the hardest? And if you're serious about mastering your money psychology and transforming your life, don't forget to subscribe and turn on the notifications. And hey, share this video with your family and friends too, because once they start thinking differently about money, their lives can change just like yours.